All right, I'm going for a walk. Usually like right around a mile. It's 6:30 in the morning. Just have my vitamins and water and a glass of orange juice. And yeah, so now I'm gonna do a walk for like a half hour. I'm not bringing my phone with me though. Maybe next time, but yeah, yeah. All right, so it's 7:15, first real meal. Well, I had that orange juice to start the day, 8 ounces, one serving. Then I did a walk, about a half hour. Just did about 10 minutes of meditation, 8 minutes on the dot. I'm trying to get to 10 without thinking about it. I was just exhausted this morning. I should have brought the camera with me on that walk, but I wanted it just to be me. But as soon as I started moving, I started feeling better. So still figuring out the vlog stuff. This is day one, September 1st. So, I'm on a workout plan right now. It's 16 weeks, right? Got it from my guy, Vincent Nothing, who's been wrestling and in combat sports for 20 years, right? And I was talking to Vince at a show, and we were just kind of talking about working out and the best workout for pro wrestlers, because you gotta look like a bodybuilder. You know, you gotta look big and cut up and like a superstar, but you gotta be able to perform too. These overnight oats are killing me, I'm not gonna lie. We'll talk about those in a sec, but good. Yeah, good. All right, so I know you haters are gonna say, get a bigger bowl. I only got so much space in my fridge, all right? And these overnight oats, I just doubled it up. So I'll put the macros right here. This is my first real meal of the day. I don't know. I kind of just want to eat this. I don't know. I don't really want to talk, but no, I do want to talk about how. So me and Vince were talking at the show. Yeah, back to that. Me and Vince were talking at the show, and he was like working on this plan. And you know, again, like I was saying, he'd been in the fitness industry, pro wrestling industry, MMA, combat sports, fighting industry for 20 years. And he knows what it takes to recover and, you know, train the right way to be able to perform. So we made this plan, the modern day gladiator, and I got that plan from him, and I'm 5 weeks in on it right now. Technically 6 weeks, but 5 weeks in, and love the plan. Right now we're doing 3 days of weights, and then I'm doing 3 days of conditioning, and then Sundays I'll either do a little extra conditioning or just do yoga. And right now it's like Monday, Wednesday, Friday I do conditioning, so that's what we're doing today. Different conditioning and core and mobility. And then Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, just because I got a light wrestling schedule right now, I'm doing weights, and most of the weights are full body days. And it's a lot of new techniques that I haven't done, so I'm really excited about that. I really am enjoying going into every workout, and it's just that, like when me and Vince were talking too, he was saying that, you know, if you know what you're doing, but you get people get tied up when they make their own plans because they want to try new stuff. And that's exactly what was happening to me. I couldn't stick with a program. Even if I made it, I would just be always switching stuff up. So this helped me stay on a plan. Again, we're 6 weeks in, or 5 weeks in. Technically 6 weeks, but I did an extra week of the first phase, right? Each phase is a month. I did an extra week because I was doing that fast. I did a 5-day fast, and my energy was just kind of like still figuring it out, but I wasn't able to lift like what I'm supposed to lift. And we did an extra week of phase 1. So last week was the first week of phase 2. This is week 2. I got a little better understanding on the workouts and the movements we're going to be doing. But I wanted to give a shout out to Vince for helping me with that. Shout out to his brother Dominic as well too. Legit badass, you know, fought MMA, and I was working out. This is years ago, and he was just kind of shaking his head at me working out because I was doing too much bodybuilder stuff, and he kind of showed me some stuff to be doing, more full body, more explosiveness for pro wrestling and fighting. So want to give a shout out to them. But yeah, just dialed in, locked in on the nutrition. I didn't miss a meal for the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Yeah, since the fast. Didn't miss a meal, eaten a lot, way more than I've ever eaten. The discipline there is there. Didn't miss workouts. But then, like I was saying, this past Friday, I kind of messed up. Well, actually, it came back to like 2 weeks ago, right? So what my goals are for this month, for September. No drinking, which really isn't a big deal because I'm like probably at like 50 days right now not drinking. It's gonna be tough because this Saturday we got my brother's 30th birthday, a surprise party, surprise we're doing. So probably have to get after it with them. We'll see if I can finagle around it, because at my 30th birthday I was chalked in 2 hours. So whatever, we'll see. Maybe I'll just drink some seltzer water. Maybe I'll drink, I don't know. I don't really drink that much anymore, so that one isn't a big deal. But I kind of just want to get everything together. So, I don't know. Probably sound like a goof by saying my goal and then saying it doesn't really count. It's a lot of oatmeal too. Second goal, no smoking for a month. Weed. 30 days. That's gonna be tough. I went, I think 5 days, the week after the fast. So during the fast, I didn't really smoke. I smoked maybe a couple just to help me sleep. And the week after I didn't, and it was tough, but it was worth it because I've been smoking weed for way too long, right? I'm not even gonna say when the first time I smoked weed, but it's been a while. And I never really took a break from it. What I realized during that fast was I use it as a crutch. So like if I'm thinking about smoking all day, then I'm thinking about smoking all day. And it's just like, oh, I can't wait to get this done, this done, this done. And if you're thinking about it, that's when it's just not good. So when I stopped, when I told myself I'm not smoking, I'm still thinking about it, but it wasn't the thing I was doing. So the other thing, so no drinking, no smoking, no sex. Yep. So this all has to do with dopamine, right? My dopamine levels are shot. And I thought it was just me because I had shows, and I'd say, oh, my dopamine was so high from my show, my adrenaline was running. So that whole week after, I'm binge eating, you know, sleeping in, staying up late, doom scrolling, and having sex too much. Really, there's no such thing as too much, but my levels just weren't wired right. So I'm going 30 days, no sex. And that's the most important one for me, because that one is it's gonna be tough, but that one is really what I need to rewire me for these next 30 days. So I went 10 days, And by that 9th, 10th day, it was tough and I broke. But the first 8, it really just had me focused on getting stuff done and not thinking about those pleasures. Because during that fast, I read Wes Watson's book. And a lot of people shit on Wes, right? Because he's abrasive and polarizing, sure. But his book, I loved his book. And it was during the fast too. So he talks about some fast stuff in there. But I loved his book. Really changed me. Some of the key takeaways were purpose over pleasure. That was huge. Putting your purpose over your pleasure, right? And that was big. That one is big. So purpose over pleasure. How you do anything is how you do everything. That one was big for me too. Another one he says is acquire what you admire. I like that one. It's kind of like what I'm trying to manifest is what I want, but like I don't really want a lot of material things right now, honestly. Sure, that'd be nice, but right now I'm like, I don't need that stuff. But it was pretty crazy that I was thinking about a Maybach truck, how sweet that would be to have. Never was my dream car until a couple years ago, right? And all of a sudden, I'm at the grocery store and someone pulls up with it. And it's like, I've never even seen it where I'm at. Never seen one. So now I see it all the time. So those were, and just how the discipline. I mean, he was in jail for 10 years, right? And what I really took was, he made that discipline to make a same daily thing. He was doing the same thing, getting his workouts and getting up at the same time, getting up early, and stacking those wins. That's another big one from him that I got. Getting up early. People always say, make your bed. I don't know. That never really did it for me. Because, like, first off, we're going back to sleeping it later. Sure, I know you want to be presentable, but I don't really count that as a big win. Like, I get it. In the Army and the military, they make you do it, and it's like, I guess kind of going back to how you do anything is how you do everything. But my wins are waking up early. I was getting up at 5 every day. Now I'm getting up at 6 because the sun's kind of going up a little different now. And because of my schedule. So give me an extra hour of sleep. Still going to bed early, but give me an extra hour of sleep for recovery. Because I'm trying to put on weight right now. I'm trying to get up to 200 pounds. So that's why I'm trying to eat as much as possible, as clean as possible, with the right nutrients. See if I can get back up to 200 pounds. I don't know, back up. I've been like 200 for like 2 days. Get up to 200 pounds consistently, then do another fast, 3 to 5 days, and then try to get back up. I don't know what I was saying before the goals. Oh, Wes. I was talking about Wes Watson. So, but he was in jail, and he was on his same routine every day, stacking those wins. And it made me realize that it's like, when you're in jail, every day is the same. Like, the Friday and Saturday, Sunday are the same as Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Every day is the same. So like, we're so accustomed to like go through the week and then party on the weekends. Sure, that's fine. But what I took from him is that you have to live every day to the fullest and better yourself every day. Like I said yesterday in that intro video, 1% better every day. That's my goal. But I noticed when I was getting up early, I get my walk on, get my meditation on, get my meal on, about to get a coffee on, and then get my workout on, and I do that within the first 2-3 hours of getting up, I'm just so much better for the rest of the day. I'm more focused. I get stuff out of the way, and I'm really showing up as me, my authentic self. And that's why I wanted to make these YouTube videos, because I want to show me, the transparent side. You know, like, you see my wrestling promos and you see me talking in interviews and stuff, but this is the day-to-day, and it's not easy being a pro wrestler, but it's also not easy being a human. So we're all going through stuff, but I'm just trying to show what's helped me, and I'm gonna keep learning and keep getting better. And like I was saying, I fumbled on Friday. Now we're putting it all together. I fumbled my head sex like 2 weeks ago, right? I don't like anything bad, but it's just like, I went 10 days, and then I had sex, and then everything was just wired different. You know, my dopamine, I was only chasing dopamine. Whether it was more sex, more social media, more doom scrolling, more bad food, right? The food wasn't there yet, but it was coming. So that's when it hit me. Not ready yet. Not ready yet. This past Friday, I can't say what I ate, right? Because of YouTube. I don't want to get in trouble. But let's just say it was cheesecake. Friday I had some cheesecake, and it was fungi flavored cheesecake. And I had 7 slices. That was a lot. Most I've ever had in one sitting at one time. But that stuff always messes up my stomach, whether it's a couple slices or all this. And I was already pretty full from the meal I had, but I wanted to get it in and do this before this YouTube. So I made a shake with some green juice and some other stuff to help with the taste, because sometimes those fungi cheesecakes are a little spoiled, or, you know. So that definitely wrecked my stomach. But it wasn't like a super crazy. It was more sustained, and that really messed up my sleep and my dopamine from that. So then Saturday I was just moving slow, got a decent workout in, got my meals in, which were good, but then I was just being lazy. Didn't want to read, didn't want to meditate, didn't want to do anything except sit around and smoke. So I smoked again and watch random shit on YouTube. Then I had 2 slices of pizza, from leftover pizza from my family, right? And it's not a big deal having that pizza, but I was really focused on my gut and what I put in my body since that fast. And that was the first time I had anything I didn't make that was processed. So that sent me back. And then yesterday, I was just still off. I had a couple more. I had like 4 slices of pizza. I had the rest of it. And I can tell, just those 3 days messed me up. So, yeah, we're back, grinding it out. I don't got a show for a couple weeks. September 20th is my next show in May Halls in Lakewood. And I got a show the week after, and then 2 shows the week after, then a week off, and then a show the week after. and more stuff can get added. So we'll see what happens. First meal's down. Now it's time to make some coffee, and then we're gonna get this workout in. So I'll see you when I see it. That's crazy because I just filmed that 20-minute video of me eating, and you couldn't even see my whole face. So not editing it. I could have just used the voiceover. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. But hey, I'm still learning. I'm figuring this out. Coffee time. We got the coffee going. Let me get you wired up here. So got the water boiling. Then we're going into the French press. Then we're going to the supplements. We're going to the supplements. We're gonna do mushrooms, more mushrooms, more mushrooms. This stuff, juicy joint. I definitely think this helps. And then this is rhodiola rosacea, something like that. I've noticed this always helps me with stress, so I just started adding it into my coffee. I got it from this brand, Micro Ingredients. They got a lot of great stuff. Yeah, it was pretty cheap too. So this is like a billion servings. You can see how small the little scoop or gimmick is. So yeah, that's what I put in there with the little salt, and then I got that French press coffee, and we're ready to rock. All right, so now we're making my post-workout shake. Shout out to Rhino Power, best supplements out there. I'll talk about that a little later, but I got all their stuff in little tubs, so, but I'll name it when I'm using it. But use West20, get 20% off. These are the best supplements out there. All right, so got my water. Glutamine, we're doing that later, so let me just move those out of the way. Moving all these out of the way. So what we're doing right now is this colostrum. I don't know if this stuff works. Not buying it after I'm done with it. I bought that cowboy colostrum. Thought it was all right. Hear that water starting to boil. So we'll see if that does anything. Creatine, classic. 1 scoop here. And we just got Revival from Cement. Shout out to my dude Elijah. Shout out to Cement Factory, AJ Sims. Shout out to Cement Factory. Awesome dude. I'm enjoying this. I've only had it for 3 days, but I've definitely noticed that it helps your gut health. And there's glutamine in here, so that's why I use the glutamine in my pre-workout shake. This is my post-workout, so shout out to Gut Revival. We're gonna match it with the vanilla Rhino Power. So I'm doing 2 scoops of that. And then finish it with the Rhino Power Carbo Fuel, which is this stuff right here. So complex carbs. Get this off here. Get my coffee going behind the scenes. Getting that French press going. So pour that in there. Cool. All right. Get that French press going. That's hot. All right. So, but this complex carbs post-workout, this is a game changer. This is going to spike your blood sugar though, or your insulin levels, and well, both actually. Sorry, but this is a game changer. So I used to just have this just to get my carbs in, but I always realized I'd get hungry like an hour or 2 hours after, you know, when I was working, and just had it as a shake. But then you realize the power of insulin, and I'll be talking about that later. But yeah, the stuff's the bomb. So we got 2 scoops of this. Probably should just leave that out. I'm gonna have to refill here soon. Get a new Rhino order in. But shout out to Rhino Power, they always take care of me. It's my sponsor right now. They're the bomb. So that is the post-workout shake. Looks kind of weird right now, but after I shake it up, it'll be looking good. And then we'll get ready for that pre-workout shake. So what we're doing for that is we got some coconut water. And pour a little out, right? I don't mean to waste it, but just with the small container, I'm leveled up to the new containers now. But so we got that. Got our little funnel gimmick. Throwing our 5 glutamines in for before, a little thicker. And we got our collagen. Throwing that in. So you can do collagen after, but I kind of just like having a little protein before. So I get 10 grams from that collagen. And then this is the Rhino Power Hydration Fuel. So that's like a sports drink, but I'm only doing that for right now on the days I'm doing weights. So not today, just cardio today. And then this stuff. NAD plus. So it says it's like 1 teaspoon is the serving. I usually just do a decent amount of squirt in there. Pause. And then finish it with a little salt in there. Yep, that's kind of a lot, but sodium's good. You want to get your sodium in. I know people like red mint salt. There's rumors there's heavy metals in it, but I'm using what I got. So that's that. I'm gonna enjoy my coffee. I'm gonna write a little bit, and then we're going to the gym. I'm about to work out. We'll see how packed the gym is. It's Memorial Day today. Still on track. Right now it's get up at 6, get to the gym at 8. Right, get my morning routine and then that in those 2 hours, meals and all that. When I was saying that I'm not where I want to be at yesterday, one thing that just came to mind is that I want to have enough disposable income that I can just go wherever I want, whether it's in the United States or overseas, because I've lived in Cleveland my whole life, 31 years. And I love Cleveland, and I love the grit it's gave me and getting to see my friends and all the stuff in the communities I'm in. But sometimes with this weather, it's just so brutal, and I want to be around where it's sunny and not gray. Luckily today's like a super nice sunny day out, but I want to get away from that. So that's one thing that I'm thinking about. But yeah, at the gym today we got mobility, so I'll go through my little mobility routine. Then we're gonna do some back extensions, some core work. I gotta look at my phone to see what core exercises I'm doing. I always forget them. Probably some neck stretches and neck exercises, and then my cardio, which is gonna be burpees for 10 seconds, then a 20-second break, then kettlebell swings for 20 seconds and a 10 seconds break. And we'll do that for 10 minutes. And then maybe punch the punching bag, box with the punching bag if there's time at the end, just to get my shoulders going and move a little bit. So I got to be to work at 10, right? Again, I'm being transparent. So right now, wrestling is my main focus. My workouts are my main focus. Bettering myself is my main focus. I'm doing personal training in person and online to kind of supplement that income. Working on an ebook as well. So back to the things. This month we're going for no drinking, no smoking, no sex, limited phone and doom scrolling and social media. And I'm writing an ebook. Those are my main goals for this month. Finish a couple books and all that jazz, but the main goals that we're putting out there are those. So writing this ebook to kind of help people with their fitness and health and workout and mindset journeys, and just sharing some tips I've learned. So that's a goal. But back to the matter at hand. Mondays, I work at a little warehouse liquor store, right? And I'm moving boxes. I'm unloading a truck for them. And you wouldn't expect that from Maserati West, right? But
I've worked there on and off for years, right? Especially when I was coming up in wrestling. But I came back because I was working this consulting logistics job for like a year and a half, and it was remote and it was solid money and it worked perfect with wrestling. It was like a whole different side thing. And then they sold the company and let everybody go. And that was it for me in corporate America. That's been a year now. It was last August. And they took care of us on the way out, and I have some money saved, which is great, to finance what I'm doing right now. But I don't want to do that again. I never want to work a real job like that. My purpose in life is to entertain people. It's to make people laugh and smile. And I've known that from a young age, and it came to me in many different visions in many different times of my life. So again, my purpose in life is to entertain. It's to make people laugh and make people smile. And I'm doing that with wrestling, maybe these videos, maybe other social media, maybe just when I'm out. So that's my purpose in life. My passion is helping people. It's fitness, it's longevity, it's health, it's wellness, it's mind state. But again, it's helping people achieve their dreams, right? Because I got to live my dream as a pro wrestler, and I still am doing that. And there's still so many more heights that I'm going to climb with pro wrestling. And I'm excited for that. But my passion is helping people, whether you're my friend or someone we come into contact with. I want you to chase your dream, right? Whatever that is. I can do it, and I know you can do it. So that's why I'm making these videos. It's to just inspire and motivate, hopefully. But again, it's showing my grind and what I deal with day to day. But yeah, so Mondays, I work at that store, usually at 8 on Mondays. We unload a truck, and then I'm stocking shelves the rest of the day, packing orders and stuff. And I'm not going to lie, it's brutal. A lot of standing, a lot of moving heavy-ass liquor boxes, a lot of weird, tight spaces you're moving into. But I need that right now because it's that Monday grind, right? I don't think I'd be doing what I'm doing right now or as locked in if I didn't have somewhere I had to be that I didn't want to be on a Monday. Because that's life. You got to grind on a Monday. So today with the holiday, we don't have to be until 10 to 3. So a simple shift, no truck. So just going to be stocking, and it'll probably be a chill shift. So my Monday's coming up. I'll probably have to get up at like 5 and get to the gym like an hour earlier. But today it's like a perfect day. So, but yeah, so that's what I got going on. I'm going to try to film these workouts. I never have filmed myself working out before. So we'll see. If not, it'll just be me in the car after. So we're going to try. But workout done. Good little cardio sesh. Got the mobility going. What did I do? Abs. I did farmer's walks, farmer's carries, whatever you call them. I did side planks, 3 rounds, 30 seconds each side. Did leg raises. Did this core circuit I do on a medicine ball. I just couldn't film myself today. I don't know why. I know I gotta do it. I'm letting everybody down by not filming my workouts. I never filmed myself working out before though, but I gotta do it. I know I gotta do it. Gym wasn't too packed, it was good. Then I did my cardio, which was the burpees, 10 seconds on, 20 seconds off. Then right into kettlebell swings, 30 seconds on, 20 seconds off, 10 minutes straight. Brutal. And then I did a race on the rower, 500 meters. I got it done in like 2 minutes and 5 seconds, which I'm trying to be around that. But it was killer workout. Then I finished in the sauna, and yeah, it's a good little workout. Now we're off to work. I'm gonna go change and get my meals, and then go to work. But yeah, that came on. Service engine soon. And I think it's just something with the gas cap, but I'm off. I'm really off. Like, I'm really off today. Didn't want to get up. I woke up stressing about today, and it's back to what I said in the videos before, where when I wasn't smoking weed or thinking about sex or scrolling, I have been way more focused on getting things done and not thinking about instant gratification. So even the gym today was rough, but I got the apps off my phone. I'm gonna be app free for a week. Maybe if I got a post, I'll re-download Instagram and Twitter for the post. But yeah, I'll take the win though. Got my walk in. I got up. I didn't hit snooze. I already got my oatmeal in and got my post-workout shake in. Shout out to Rhino Power. West 20 gets you 20% off. Best protein out there. I might as well talk about that. Real quick. I shouldn't be filming and driving, but I want to go get these clothes off because I'm sweating. But I'm reading this book, 4 Hour Work Week, right, by Tim Ferriss. And also, I'm filming these vlogs on my phone. Like, I didn't buy a camera. I didn't buy a new phone to do it with. I wanted to. And that was one of the things, like, hey, why don't I get a tripod and get a new phone to be able to film with so I can listen to my music and have my workouts on my phone. But no, I'm just doing it. I'm just showing you that you just do it. Just do it. So, but in the 4 Hour Work Week, I also learned this in college. I was taking a class, entrepreneurship, at Ohio University, right? And it was with this teacher, Dr. Crawford, who was, I'm going to say it, one of the best teachers I've ever had in my life. And he was a super cool dude, and he was driven to bring the best out of his students, which I thought was pretty sweet. And I only was in his class for about 3 weeks, and then I got kicked out of college, right? And that's a story we'll get to another day. But funny enough, we had a test, and he's like, where's Wes? He got the best grade on the test. And everyone's just looking around like, oh, he got kicked out of school today. We'll get to that. But he was talking about this book called Outliers, I believe, and it was about being a rock star, you know, just being that outlier, right? And that always stuck with me. And he wanted our project to be to get in touch with a celebrity or a famous person who has done what you want to do. So, like, you know, if you wanted to be, I don't know, freaking an investor, you reach out to Mark Cuban or something, right? I don't know why that's the first thing that was going to mind. The one I was thinking about, right? And it was, I said I wanted to be in cooking and a chef, right? Even though I didn't, I knew I wanted to be a pro wrestler, but it was just for the college vibe and what I was going for. And I thought I had a connection with Guy Fieri, right? Guy Fieri. I don't know why I said Guy, whatever. Guy LaDouche from MXC, different story, different day. But Guy Fieri, he's my friend's parents' cousin, right? Whatever. But it was like, yeah, get in touch with him. And if you can't get in touch with him, you get in touch with the guy next to him or a lower chef down. So the 4 Hour Work Week, the book I'm reading by Tim Ferriss, it's pretty much right now the subject I'm on like chapter 4 or 5. He's making the guys do the same thing, where he went to a school and he was like, try to get in touch with a famous celebrity. And he was mentioning like J-Lo or fucking George Bush, right? And he was saying, try to get in touch with them and learn from them something that you want to know. And it was all these different stories about different people. So what I'm saying is, in wrestling, I've gotten to do that, which has been awesome. And I'm glad I learned that early on, because it's just like kind of second nature to me. I'm not trying to do this, politic that, you know. It's really meeting people that have done it and asking their advice. And in wrestling, it's stuff I need to work on, so I'm asking for their advice. But in the fitness and health and wellness community, I've been lucky enough to talk to a couple people that I really admire and really respect. One of them is Drew Canoli from Organifi. We've shot some messages on Instagram, and he has posted like so many books that I've read that have honestly changed my life. And even his book has been phenomenal, UBU. There's another dude, Certified Health Nut, Troy Casey, who is awesome and on some wild stuff out there, right? But I got familiar to him from Simon Rex, or Dirt Nasty, the rapper, actor, you know, and he was posting that he was doing some stuff with Troy. So I started following Troy, and I loved what he did, or does, sorry. And I got his book, and it was an awesome book, but what he posts on social media is just awesome as well too. But he was working with the owner of Rhino Power, Ryan Hughes, and that got me familiar with him and his brand and his message. And I tried, this is like 2019, I tried Rhino Power for the first time, and I just got some of their vanilla protein, and it was the best tasting, best digesting protein I've ever taken in my life. And since then, that was the only brand I've used. And I even started reaching out to him and the company to get sponsored, and eventually I got sponsored, and now I'm sponsored and in the affiliate program. So that's why I'm trying to rep it more, because I do believe in this. They have the best supplements out there, the best protein for digesting, so I think that's a win. But then they also have Carbo Fuel, like I mentioned, that's so good for recovery. They got this hydration drink, Hydration Fuel, that's kind of like Carbo Fuel, but a little bit of Gatorade-esque as well. What else they got? Electrolytes. I use their electrolytes. They got these supplements called Motivation that are like caffeine for the morning. And endurance for working out too. They got great supplements. So, and I'm going to talk about it more. But what I'm trying to say right now is, if you have a dream or an aspiration or want to learn from someone, reach out. Why not? You know, the worst thing is they're not going to respond. The best thing is they respond and say they're busy. You know, or that's not even the best thing. The best thing is you start a relationship with them, right? What am I saying? The worst thing is they don't respond. Maybe they say, don't message me. Maybe you have a conversation with them and you learn something from them or build a relationship that can propel you in the future, but you won't know until you try. And don't just, hey, they're not in the office, you know, okay, whatever, give up. No, there's other ways to get to people. And in this book, it's wild to hear, like, this guy went to the dean of admissions at a place where this guy was on the board to get in touch with them, whatever. So I don't know what I'm saying. I was just saying I had a good workout, and it's like 9:30, 9:45. So I'm going to change, shower, and then get to work. All right. I'll put the macros up. That's what I got, 10:45. I've been hungry like every day at 10:30, so it's good because I slept in an hour later than normal. Yeah, I can't believe I posted that I can't believe I said I'm about my work, but I'm just being transparent. Adds that grit. I know you wouldn't expect Maserati West to be working at a liquor store, but Mondays just keeps me humble, especially after a weekend of shows. So good workout this morning, though. My back's a little feeling it from those kettlebell swings, but just gonna stretch after work. Really craving smoking right now, just because it's so nice out, and I'll be done at 3 and have nothing to do because everything's closed. So I'm just gonna keep trying to power through. All right, another meal. It's like 1:30. Got a half pound of ground beef, or a little less than a half. Some veggies, some guacamole, some sauerkraut and kimchi. Yeah, I'll put the macros in right now. A little hungry, not too hungry, but this is definitely gonna fill me up. But we gotta keep it rolling. All right, it's 3:18. Just got done dropping my dude off from work. Usually I go to the cryogenic right now, and the infrared pod, the sauna pod, the red light pod, but they're both closed today, so I'm not going there. So I'm just going back home. I'm gonna kick it for a minute, probably stretch out. I am dragging today though. I'm like so beat. This vlog's already helping me though with accountability, because I wouldn't have been moving this morning if it wasn't for knowing that I had to film some stuff. So I did not want to do anything today. It's like a holiday, so that has something to do with it. But realistically, my Friday, Saturday, Sunday were so bad that it really messed me up for today. So, yeah. We're back on track. Getting an urge to smoke. Really don't want to, but I have a little left. So I was thinking just get rid of it, and then I'm really good. So we'll see. I got a fantasy football draft at 8:30 tonight though too, so it'll be good to talk to my dudes that I haven't talked to in a while. And yeah, so that's it. I got 2 more meals. I'll see you when I see you. All right, got another meal here. This is the egg bake. This is like, I look forward to this all day. It's so good. Got eggs, cheese, butter,
peppers, onions, mushrooms, these like chicken sausages I found. Cottage cheese. Yeah. Yeah, let's go. I'll put the macros up. It's been hard to find cottage cheese. Crazy. So, right now it's been a solid day. Work sucked. But that's why I do it. And like I've said before, I got to get rid of using things as a crutch. So many times people, I've done it, work, and then use work as an excuse to not do anything the rest of the day. Like I'd love to relax the rest of the day, but I'm gonna read, which is relaxing, but I'm gonna read instead of scroll on my phone or just watch random YouTube stuff, you know? So, I got a couple books over there. Eat this, then I'm gonna go do that. So, but overall, not a bad day for coming off like a self-sabotaging weekend. Back to the weights tomorrow. I'm excited for that. I'm excited to get a good night's sleep and wake up at 6 and be ready to rock. Got some fun stuff tomorrow, but need to think about today and finishing off today with a win. Because overall today's been solid. I mean, good workout, got up, got my walk in, got my vitamins, haven't missed a meal. Feeling good. Didn't do too much caffeine like I did this weekend. Yeah. Overall solid day. Really just been focusing on having a perfect day and then trying to string as many of the perfect days together. You know? So, I'm also just trying to provide more value to people, and I don't really know what I'm saying. I'm excited for this weekend. It's my brother's 30th birthday on Sunday. We're doing a surprise birthday party from Saturday. Excited for that. Can't wait to see him. It'll be fun. Getting all his friends there and surprising him. So I'm excited. I'm gonna finish eating this. I'll be back. All right, it's 6:30. Another meal. This one's beef and veggies. It's only like 6 ounces of beef, so a little less. I'll probably have some like pistachios or walnuts after. We'll see. Got that fantasy draft at 8:30. I'm dragging today, so I appreciate everyone that watched this and is staying with it so far. Pretty boring day, I'm not gonna lie, but I've been dragging today. But I'm showing you it because I'm being transparent, and you know, not every day is gonna be the best day, but I'm still clocking in and doing it. I just started, or was reading a little bit ago. It kind of had me dozing off. I kicked out of that though, really late, but I kicked out, didn't fall asleep. I was so close. Then I did some breathing exercises, which I never really do, but Well, I mean, besides for my meditation, but I'm trying to do more of that and just de-stressing, and I feel good. Yeah, it's just Friday, Saturday, Sunday set me back so much this week that I need to get back on track and get my good habits back. Uh, Again, no drinking, no smoking, no sex for 30 days. That's the goal. Write my ebook. That's a goal. And get up to 200 pounds. So those are my main goals for September. I'm sure there'll be some other stuff added. I got a show September 20th. I want to kill it at that. September 27th, got a show. I want to kill it there. October, first week, I got a debut and a return, it looks like. And then a show second week of October. So I got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shows over 6 weeks. So I want to be in the best shape for that. I want to perform the best. I want to be just absolutely locked and dialed in and keep my process going through it all. Again, this Saturday, I got my brother's birthday. I'm excited for that. Fantasy draft tonight. I don't know how long I'm going to stay on it. I got the 5th pick. We'll see. I'm not the biggest sports guy, but it's good to be with my friends. But what else? Oh, I just saw this video that said, the more you feed a life you don't like, the more you're going to be in it. It wasn't said like that. It was said like, the reason you keep having the life you don't want is because you keep feeding it. So don't feed the life you don't want. If people are causing issues or not good to be around, you got to cut them out of your life. That's what I learned from that fast. It's not about adding things, it's about removing things. So as much as you want to add things like blue light glasses when you're looking at your phone or something like that, you should just cut out the doom scrolling, cut out this, cut out that person, cut out the bad food, cut out the bad habits. It's easier said than done, I know, but the more you do the bad things, here we go, the more you do the bad things, the more your brain is going to tell yourself that they're really not that bad, right? And that goes what I was thinking about, the drinking, the smoking, the sex. The more I'm in that mix, oh, it's not too bad, just smoke that. Hey, just smoke. Today was honestly a struggle, right? Not trying to sound like an addict or anything, but because I've been there, and we'll get to that. But I have like a little bit of left, and I was just thinking today, like, today was a weird day. Why don't I just finish that off, and then I'll know I can go 30 days because I won't have it. And I was so close to doing it, but then I really didn't think I could come on this video and say I couldn't even make it one day, right? But also I did that breath work, and it kind of just set me back straight. It got me back grounded. So, yeah, if I eat some more food, I'll post it. Maybe I'll post this fantasy draft. I don't know. I'm still figuring out this vlog thing. One day in, I'm figuring it out. I mean, for a boring day, I didn't think it was too bad. And again, thanks for checking this out. Thanks for sharing it. Thanks for riding with me. Yeah, 1% better every day. Consistent improvement. Married to the game. Married to the game of life. Always getting better. Always improving. And you can bet on that.